Welcome all of you, visitors and regulars alike. We're so glad to see everybody here today. It's good to have you. Okay. So let's start, as we always do, with our invocation. Past District Governor Marilyn, would you lead that for us, please?
Our Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this time together today. It's so exciting to get together with Lion friends of all over our district and also with our guests. And we just ask you that you bring your blessing upon us as we go out and serve into the community and over our food that we eat today. We thank you in your name. Amen.
Amen. All right. And our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Lion Bob Bradley. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Lions. And the singing of an anthem or patriotic song by David Hammond. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you, David. Okay.
I'm sorry, you have to stand by me.
Have a seat, everyone. Okay, all right. Glad to see everybody's in a visiting kind of mood today. Okay. Introduction of guests, Lion Tamers. Who's in the house?
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests. We have two guests. We have Mark Menzel.
Yeah. Hi, Mark. Past District Governor Mark.
Right, and PDG Debbie Menzel from Minnesota.
And Past District Governor Debbie, his partner in service and lovely bride.
How about this guest?
Okay. I'm sorry, are you not a guest? Okay. Well, who the heck are you?
He's number 34 in the box.
Number 34 in the box, and your name?
This is Rick Dahl.
Rick Dahl. Hi, Rick. Glad to see you. I've seen your name on lots of stuff, but I'm almost done with this year, but I'm still connecting names and faces. So glad you're here today. Okay. I wanted to let you all know that we received a nice letter from the Boy Scouts of America. Dear Lions Club President, we appreciate your commitment to foster young people's development as self-confident, ethical, and skillful citizens in their adult lives. Scouting provides proven methods for a Lions Club to take action to strengthen the civic, cultural, social, and moral welfare of their community. Thank you for your partnership as a charter organization in Cascade Pacific Council. Together we serve. And they sent us the Boy Scout patch, and it's got our logo and theirs on it for our banner. So we're going to have to get our banner sewing lady back busy again. Okay, that's a nice one. Okay, I will pass this on to the Boy Scouts committee to deal with. Okay, now, I wanted to let you know that, oh, Ann, you had your hand up. What's up? Yes, Ann has something she wants to pass around. It's that list of contact information. Please check your name, make sure your phone numbers, your email address, your address, all of those things are correct, and then And then, yes, and then initial next to it once you've taken a look at it or made your corrections. Thank you. Also, I want to let you know today that per medical advice, doctor's advice, Ken and Marnie Botero will not be able to attend our spring convention for 19 and 20. They want some pioneers to have their tickets, which do include all meals. So if you didn't register but would like to attend, slips of paper are in Isla's hot little hand there, and she's going to pass those around. And if you want to go into the, we're going to have a drawing for those 2 tickets or 2 registrations. So later in the meeting we'll do that. So please take one if you want to go into the drawing. If you haven't already purchased your registration and meals for the convention, please do so if you want. If you're interested in going but haven't registered yet. Put your name on it, fold it, put it in the bucket that's going to come around a little later. And when it comes around, and then before the end of the meeting, we'll have 2 drawings for those reservations, courtesy of Ken and Marnie. Tail twisters. Woo-hoo. I guess you can also start that job. So, to do your happy bucks.
Oh, Mr. Pat is here.
Hey!
Yay, you.
Hey, we've got 2 guys in the house today with bandaged noses. Now, we should be able to make something out of that. I don't know what, but...
Our ridiculously lame punster, Greg Firth, President Cheryl. You're awfully nosy. Seriously, he worked like 3 weeks on that joke, okay? Let's get real about it. President Cheryl, fellow Lions guests, thank you all so much for reaching out and the texts, the phone calls. Years and years ago, I identified you as my family because you know my brother. I've just truly been blessed by all of you in ways that you can't even imagine. The bad jokes, I love them. Let's not forget Mark Kelch is also has a nose in his future. Well, he's actually a nose ahead in the race.
There's a thing for noses lately, yes.
So, anyway, all of those people who ever said, oh, when you go out to the beach, put a little sink on the front of your nose. Hell with that, wait till you're 65. Let them cut most of it off and start all over again. I'm not sure if next Tuesday will be the big unveiling or not. It's just, I don't want to gross people out because right now it's like every horror film you've ever seen. But I am truly thankful to the outreach and the love from everybody.
Cheryl, yes, happy 5 bucks. It's great to be retired. Nice to go on vacation, so I'm going again down to Las Vegas in the middle of next month.
My goodness.
Are you going to talk?
Yeah.
Mr. J. Pruitt has money.
All right. Yeah.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, you 2 happy bucks. I'm happy to, one, be a member of this Lions. You all treat me so good, even though we jokes that you don't. And that's just it. I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you.
Money, money, money. You, Ryan, should pay $10 for never coming.
He was here a couple of weeks.
Anybody else got a happy buck? Anybody happy in the house
First.
today?
You're next.
Or otherwise?
I'm right here, Marilyn.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, I have a happy buck because I'm sitting right next to a couple of really good friends of mine, Debbie and Mark. And it's so good to see Rick Dahl here. My gosh, he's so clever. And it's good to see a newer Lion, Matthew. Yes, fix it. Here you go.
Thank you.
Hi, Matthew, didn't see you come in.
Dr. Manzel.
Ms. Mark, President Cheryl, fellow lines and guests, I have one sad buck and a whole bunch of happy bucks so that I don't block anybody. The sad buck is one of our family members passed away this weekend, near and dear to our hearts. But when we lose somebody, it makes us stop to really think about how precious and special life is. And so when we knew we were coming here today, we kept thinking, you know, gratitude's the best attitude. And with that, there are so many things, so many pieces of our lives, my partner in life, my partner in service, Line Debbie, that the pioneers have made an impact in our lives. And we're just immensely grateful it was actually 12 years ago, about this time, that when we were meeting over in the Calix, the event center. That was a while ago. And my brother from another mother, Steve Patterson, he encouraged me to go on in Lions, and I brought my bicycle. That was before I rode my bicycle across America solo for Leader Dogs. And the thing is, I stopped to think about how many times, if the pioneers hadn't been supportive of us, maybe that wouldn't have gone as well as it did. Because I knew that people in our district, the pioneers, had our back. And the other thing too, I have my measles initiative pin. And there are so many wonderful pioneers, and you don't realize, I think, how much of an impact this club has, not only in this community, but beyond. And this little pin right here, Measles Initiative, was given to me by Pastor Governor Mark Kells, and he created a shift of mind for me. And I'm going to, if I can take just a second and talk about LCIF, every dollar that we donated saved a life, could save that life. And he said, who can go around the world for $1 and save a life? And no one raised their hand. But how many can do that through LCIF? And we raised our hands. And every time I think of what we can make a difference in the lives around the world with LCIF, I think of Mark. And so there's so many people in this club that have shaped us, have made an impact in this community, but also our entire district and beyond. And so I just wanted to say, on behalf of Debbie and I, how much I appreciate each one of you, from driving the health screening van, to doing newsletters, to providing materials for our conferences for free, encouraging people to lead, being one of my superstar zone chairs when I was district governor. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of you.
Thank you.
Bob, did you have something you wanted to say?
Bob.
Yeah, but yes, but he must pay for it.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, you all know I'm going in for surgery tomorrow. So I probably won't be here for a week or two. But then again, I get to sleep in on Friday mornings. And Jay and his crew are going to take over.
All right.
Best wishes. Okay, the only other person besides Cindy Sessions that has to write notes is Mark Couch.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, yes, I do write my notes down. As John Claypool remarked many years ago, my memory is 2 seconds or 2 steps. So.
Yep, I get that. I know I'm there with you, buddy.
Weekly $5. Something about getting over 60, it just kind of starts.
Yeah.
Well, you're not even there yet, right? Happy dollar number 1. Got to spend several days picking up planters and water features and wall art and moving it because our condos are getting painted. That was so much fun. Happy dollar number 2. We took a break Thursday because the painting crew wasn't going to be there doing any pressure washing or anything else. down and saw the tulips and the woodlands, not quite like it used to be, but it was still very beautiful. Encourage you to go down and do that if you can. Made a back road trip through La Center, get through Ridgefield, up through Woodland, back way. So it's kind of fun to do that. Dollar number 3 was for the kettle corn setup. I would have the opportunity to go help get it set up. I knew I couldn't work during the day because of the heating crew, but I was able to do that. I would encourage you to think about that because even if you can't work a full shift on a project, there's a lot of people, I'm sure Jay would be very happy to have extra hands even for a short period of time at kettle corn events. The last happy dollar before the quote of the week is basketball workshops have begun, which I heard that Sunday night that they're starting Monday, so every Monday and Wednesday now I take grandkids to and from basketball workshop. That's too much. It's where my kids are grandparent. Quote of the week is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's pretty appropriate hearing some of the other talk from today. I woke this morning with a devout thanksgiving for my friends, the old and the new.
Well, thank you. Mr. Walt.
Mr. Walt sounds like a hairdresser.
His hair always looks so nice, so.
King of Lion, fellow lions and guests. I have a happy 10 there.
Whoa.
The only thing that I can, well, this is explanatory. The only thing that I can say for that is that if I would have known that I was going to live to be 80, I sure as hell would have cleaned up my act a lot earlier.
That makes 2 of us. Oh, Walt had a birthday yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Okay, everybody.
Here we go.
What time it is?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Walt. Happy birthday to you. Beautiful, Lion. Just beautiful. As always. He did give a 10. He gets more 10.
I appreciate that so much, I think I'll go beat my head against the post.
You lose your hearing then. Miss Cindy Sessions.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests. The first one is, they're all happy by the way, is I can't believe it dollar. Our oldest daughter, drum roll please, turns 40 tomorrow.
Oh.
It's like, where did the time go?
You know what that makes you?
Yeah, old. No. Oh, close. Anyway, so also a happy dollar. I got to work with kettle corn on Friday. I had to be in my flip-flops because, of course, I misjudged my appointment for my pedicure with working on the kettle corn, so my little tootsies got frozen. Wait, you know, I'm just happy to be here and see all these smiling faces. Rick Dahl is here for his 10%. I saw Kurt come in. And just welcome back, everybody. And Ryan is also here, so hey, start showing up more often. We have fun here.
Except Ryan owns $10.
Where are you going?
I'm going down to
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I'm back.
President Joe, fellow Lions and guests, this actually wasn't planned to be sympathy for Pat, but it worked out.
Two most handsome guys in the room.
There you go. Anyway. Yeah.
He's seconding that motion.
He's asking you to come closer.
Here you go.
Thank you, my love.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Who's he?
I don't know.
President Cheryl, fellow lions and guests, I've told a few of you here, remember George Moore from our club? His brother Larry, he had 2 brothers, Ray and Larry, who live up Bellingham area. Larry is coming to town tomorrow, here about noontime, and like to go to lunch with he and I think Mark will be there, more than welcome. We'll just get together and have a chit chat, and it's always good to see Larry. Larry is the owner of George's Mustang. That yellow Mustang he had? Yeah. And he put a lot of money into it, and the last car show he was in, he took second place overall.
All right. Nice. Okay, am I forgetting anyone here? Where's the lunch?
I don't know.
Wherever it is, Greg's paying, he said.
Yeah, let me know who wants to go, and I'll give you a call.
Cindy just raised her hand. Eric.
Lion Spencer's in the house.
Says, wait, stop. Oh, it does not have moss.
Oh, here, sorry, small.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests. Owed a couple of dollars to Isla, so I threw those in there. And I'm really happy. We got our pigs butchered a couple weeks ago, and we picked up the pork yesterday. Had the best bacon of my life this morning. It was amazing, and I'm just happy about that.
Bacon. Hi.
George.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, I wasn't going to say anything. I'm sitting here after Mark's inspirational comments. I just want to stand up and say the same thing about how I feel about good things in life that we need to appreciate. I just got back from driving down to California and back so my wife could be with her twin sister for their 80th birthday. They've never missed a birthday together, so it's worth the trip to go down and back. I told her the same thing that my youngest son told me when I turned 80. Not to worry about it, that 80 is the new 78. And I did hear the one about the front of the elephant say when they cut off his nose, when you going to do that for?
When you going to get
Mr. John Claypool.
Lion John. Lion John's asking for a crane.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, this first dollar is for Mike and Debbie, and we thank you for what you mean to this club, too. We're very thankful. The second happy dollar kind of falls in line with Mark's kind of happy dollar. My grandson's baseball started up, and last night was the first night I got to freeze my ass off down at John.
All right. Congratulations, John.
I'll be there tonight and Thursday and Saturdays forever until May's over with. Hopefully the one with the lights on, because I could actually see what they were doing.
There you go.
My last happy dollar is in regard to a poker game that Lion Skip Mesker hosted Saturday. At the end of the game, I had won the most money from my beloved friends. $90.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that includes poor Mark.
Yeah, poor Mark.
I killed Mark. Anyway, at the end of it all, Lion Terry Woodruff won both of the showdowns. This is where any jerk at the table's given 6 cards and the high hand wins. He won both of those and got the take home to Joe Trophy.
And John, for clarification, your ass is still
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Walk past that
You can't walk past it anyway.
Okay, look, I did it again.
I'm sorry.
All right, I guess we're done. Do not play that quota. Oh.
Did you see it?
It's me. Queen Lion Cheryl. First buck is for being able to work in the cattle corn
I knew you'd remember.
on Friday.
Also, this one is for Ken and Marnie.
Yeah.
I was there yesterday and visited with them. They're in good humor.
All right, thank you.
And,
That's it. Oh, what else do you want me to say?
okay. Oh,
There's
I can't
another one
talk
up
about
here.
it. Mary. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Don't trip over that cord. Only you do that.
I'm an ex-professional dancer. We don't trip over anything.
There you go.
President Cheryl, the Lions and guests. I am happy because I turned in $220 for Leader Dog.
Yay!
Wonderful, Gail. Wonderful. Great news.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we're
Don't
done.
trip.
Hey, I even stepped on it. It wasn't even looking. How did I do?
Yeah, all right, Mary.
Are you done?
I'm so proud of you. We're done.
All right. Thank you very much, Tail Twisters. Excellent job providing all kinds of merriment that you somehow cook up. Thank you. Sunshine report. Ann, what's going on? Give her the mic. Turn it on, Ann. That's my deal.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions guests, we do have a card up here for Ken and Marnie, and I understand that they moved into Canterbury, so they've got a new address. Rick knows it, 121, number 121.
121. And that's Canterbury
Canterbury Park.
Park. Okay.
Their park.
So a new home for the Boteros. Wonderful. Okay. Is that it, Ann? Okay.
Sorry, Rick knows where it is.
All right, Gail Bradley. You're up, darling. Time to introduce our lovely speaker.
Thank you, President Cheryl.
Stand up here if you can.
Okay, I would like to introduce Sadie Williams. She has, let me get my phone back on. She has been a program coordinator with the volunteers for the last 10 years. She previously helped coordinator volunteers with WSU Extension 4-H program, facilitating adults working with youth at the county and state fair. She also facilitated volunteers who help distribute free pet food to low-income individuals for their dogs and cats. Sadie has now been involved with volunteer services for the last 6 months and is excited to see the program grow and flourish. She enjoys working with volunteers and matching them with the clients who may need services. Volunteer services provides transportation, which I do, and lighthouse work, companionship, and yard care to clients that do not have transportation or are dealing with a permanent or temporary disability. She enjoys giving back and also works with animal rescue and animal fostering in her spare time. Please welcome Sadie Williams.
Thank you, Gail. I'm glad you had me here today. It's really nice to speak to all of you. Since I know the Lions do a lot of volunteering, I thought this maybe would fit like right down your alley. And I know a few of you in this room have actually volunteered with our program before, so I will go ahead and talk about it a little bit with you today, if you don't mind. Through COVID, we had like a major kind of decline in volunteers, and so now we're trying to build that up again. So I'm here to speak to all of you about that. So Eric's going to control my slides for me. I forgot some of the stuff I needed, so we can go to the next slide, please. So yeah, so volunteer services began in 1981 in a response to budget cuts within the state legislature. So we had grants and different private funding that kind of brought this together so that we could help facilitate basically seniors and people with disabilities to remain in their homes and stay independent, but still get some of the services they need. So like I say, some people in this room already volunteer, so they know a little bit about what I'm talking about. But right provide a safety net for those that kind of don't qualify for Medicaid, Medicare. They've moved, they've fallen through the cracks, they're not quite at a place where they can get a ride, or they need housework. Maybe they broke their knee or their ankle, or they just, recently became less ambulatory. So that's kind of where our program fills in. So we fill in these cracks, basically. So a lot of our volunteers provide anywhere from 2 to 8 hours a month assisting our clients, which is great. And they can kind of do it on their own time. We have an online scheduling system. If you're not online savvy, we can do it with paper forms as well. But there is a way just to look online and be like, I want to take that ride today, or I want to help this person today, or nope, that's too far for me, I don't want to do that. So it's great because you can see the information that's coming up and help someone out if it works with your own time. So next slide, please. So the services we provide for our volunteers are kind of this top 4 are our main ones: transportation, housework, laundry and light cooking, and shopping and errands. Transportation is big for our program. We actually have programs of volunteer services within the whole Puget Sound corridor, and I help facilitate a majority of those counties, not King County and upward, but anything past King County, I kind of help facilitate that. So, and in those counties, we do provide a lot of transportation. So there are people out there that want to remain in their homes. Maybe they don't have their license anymore, or like we say, all of a sudden became less mobile. And for them just to get out, to go to a doctor's appointment, to go to the grocery store is a big event, and that's kind of where our volunteers step up, and it's great. I actually have some drivers that will go as far as like Long Beach all the way to Seattle to bring someone to an appointment at, like, say, Virginia Mason and back. So those are pretty strong drivers. I don't like to drive that much, but some people love it. So if you love to drive, you can come to our program. We also provide light housework, like dusting, laundry, light cooking. Maybe someone, has a slight disability for a few weeks and they can't make soup. So volunteers might come over and just help lend a hand with cooking. Shopping and errands. We also do a lot of yard work. Right now, huge time of year for yard work. I keep getting volunteers for yard work, and I only have one guy right now in this area that can kind of come out and mow a lawn or edge or do some pruning. So I've had to turn a few people away recently, but yard work in the spring is big for us. We also help with minor home repairs, maybe helping with repairing a deck or painting. And these, again, can be like club activities, kind of like what a lot of you might actually already do in facilitating with the Lions. So ramp building is another big project we work on. Wood provisions is also huge. In Thurston County, we have 2 wood banks, which are phenomenal because a lot of people in more rural areas are just primarily wood burning. They don't have any other source of heat. So our volunteers provide wood, a lot of them from their own yards or the community, bring it to the wood bank, and people can come pick it up for free, or we have other volunteers that distribute the wood to clients in need. So again, that's in Thurston County, but if anyone in this area has wood or free wood to give, please talk to me more because we love that. We also help with moving assistance. Just recently I've helped a couple clients move and get some of their items into storage, which has been really beneficial. And respite. Sometimes people do have a caregiver, but that caregiver just needs a break, and someone, again, needs someone just to come in and do some light cooking or house cleaning, or, just maybe a visit. Nobody wants to be alone, and it's nice to have someone to talk to. So we provide that service as well. Next slide, please. Our program requirements for clients. They must be 60 years of age or older and living on a fixed income, like I had already mentioned, and have some health or mobility limitations. Or they can be adults age 18 to 59 who have a temporary or permanent disability. Again, we really try not to financially discriminate because everyone's circumstances are different, and that's where we really like to fill in. So we do look at criteria of, what people are paying for rent or their mortgage, and we look at what they're paying out for health bills or for prescriptions. So all these things kind of factor in, and we really don't want to turn anyone away. So next slide. Our program requirements for volunteers are basically to pass a background check. We do about 2 or 3 reference checks just to make sure you're a good person coming on board. You must be 21 years or older to drive and 16 to volunteer. So if you are interested in the program and have grandkids, kids, anyone else in the family that wants to volunteer, they are welcome to attend as well, but just obviously not drive. You have to have a reliable vehicle if you wish to drive for us, and car insurance, and pass a vehicle inspection. And I just did that actually with Gail a few weeks ago. We really just drive around a few blocks, make sure your car is working, that you're able to drive. And we do that yearly just because we do work with a more vulnerable population. So. And then, we have you take a defensive driving class, and this can be done online as well. It's about 4 hours at your own pace, or you can just go take a defensive driving class. But we also reimburse for any of these classes, any of these things you need to take, we will reimburse you. So, and lastly, you must just have a compassionate and big heart. That's what brings us all to volunteering anyway. So that's kind of important. And the perks for our program is actually, this is a big one, and it's not why everyone gets involved, but it's nice when you do have this incentive, is we reimburse mileage. So if you drive directly for our program called Volunteer Services, and again, I'm speaking to driving because it's a huge part of our program, we reimburse at 55 cents a mile, 51 cents, Gail might know. Okay. Yeah, 55 cents a mile. But we also work with another organization called Community in Motion, and you might have heard of that. Community in Motion is in this area, but we're contracted with Community in Motion. So if we get clients that contact Community in Motion and need a ride with us, and they call us, our drivers make $1.09 a mile actually on that. So some of our drivers, we have about five gentlemen actually, I don't know why they're all men at this point, but 5 gentlemen that do really heavy driving, and this month I just did a tally for one of them, and I'm like, bless his heart, I don't know how he drives so much, but he made $3,000 this month just driving. And I'm like, really? Like, but he'll go from Long Beach to Seattle to Portland, and I'm like, that's a lot of dedication. But also some people really need rides to doctor's appointments and have no other way. So that's wonderful incentive. And to do that, to be able to drive for that Community in Motion program, we just asked for a few more requirements, like fingerprints, we would need those on file, and a couple other driving classes you have to take. So that's kind of the difference between driving for Community in Motion and driving directly for our program, is there's a few more requirements because the clients are vulnerable, but that Community in Motion does pay a higher rate. So I like to throw that out there because that's always nice incentive. And again, you get to volunteer on your own time and make new friends. Just being part of the community is always great, and giving back and trying something new, as many of us like to do if we have time on our hands. So, and last on the slide, I already mentioned it, but you do get to pick appointments online that kind of work with your schedule, so that is very nice. Next slide. So we also love to have volunteer groups be part of what we do, and maybe that's where the Lions come in. We work with civic groups, faith-based organizations, school groups to do like a yard cleaning project, or like I was looking over here at the board, the school gardens. So things like that we like to facilitate. Some of our clients have larger yards, and again, they're just not able to mow anymore, or they're not able to haul stuff off to the dump anymore. So it's great if you can kind of make a community project and work together. Many clients benefit from that sort of thing. So I did wanted to mention that too, that we're really open to group projects. And then lastly, or just on the next slide, many people need services. Maybe people in this room even need services. Right now, I was saying we are a little bit short on volunteers. Between all the counties that I facilitate, we only have about 40 volunteers at this time. Before COVID and before I came on the program, I was told there was upwards of 100. So again, I'm really trying to build that. But if you need services or any questions on the program, you can call this number. I'm going to leave lots of flyers and stuff here today for you guys too, so you can think about it. But if you know anyone or anyone in your community or anyone at church that may need a ride, we do have people available to provide that. So we just do a quick screening, see if they're eligible. The phone line's manned 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You know, and if someone doesn't pick up right away, they usually get back to the person the same day or the next day. So that the phone line is checked all the time. And if clients qualify, they'll be added to the schedule, and then a volunteer can pick it up. Again, if you're not an online person and we know you're volunteering for us, we'll just give you a call. Sometimes I'll call Gail and be like, hey Gail, do you have availability today? We have a ride, but she's pretty savvy with the online system. So, yeah, and if we don't have a ride, we really try our best to help facilitate other options in the community for clients, because you know, doctor's appointments take months sometimes to get, and if you can't get a ride to a doctor's appointment, it's really unfortunate. So we do try our best to try to facilitate that for our clients if we can't come through with a volunteer. So next slide. Basically, yes, when people remain in their homes and we feel like we have fulfilled our job and done what we need to do, we kind of work as the middleman to facilitate a volunteer with a client or a person in need. So, you know, there's strong bonds within this program too. I want to say Gail again, I keep referencing her, but she's up here in this photograph. This is from one of our volunteer meetings about 4 weeks ago, 4.5 weeks ago. And Gail is one of our longest volunteers. I believe you have been with us 30 years, over 30 years? Over 35. That's amazing. I love hearing that. And even with King County, we have people that have been there like 20 years, but I honestly think you might be one of our longest volunteers. So we appreciate you. But she was telling us some of the stories and the bonds that people make, and just the lifelong friendships, kind of probably like you make in this room. But it's just such a powerful thing to be part of, you know, when you know that you're really helping someone out and giving back to them and giving time, and you just forge these great relationships. So that's a huge part of our program too that we love to see. So yes, so for any more information, you can always visit Catholic Community Services. You don't have to be Catholic, you don't have to even be religious to be part of this organization. We're open to everyone, there's no discrimination. But I am going to leave flyers, and I also have this little flyer and some pamphlets I'll leave for you as well. And again, you can talk to Gail or June. June used to drive for us as well, so they both know about the program. And yeah, that's probably all I have for you today, so thank you so much for having me. And yes, questions, of course.
Where do you get your funding?
We are actually in the balance of state right now, so a huge portion of our funding comes from the balance of state. It also comes from private donors and just trickle down from the Archdiocese, because we all know way up there the Catholics have a lot of money. We don't see a lot of that, but we do. Yeah. We don't see as much of that. My garbage can actually in my office is probably from 1972. It's like this dark brown plastic, like shaped like a flower, and I'm like, this is all I have for, okay, I'll use it. So we don't see a lot of that funding, but we do see enough funding to keep our program going, and that's our hope. So yeah, yes. Oh, okay.
Do you have any affiliation in the Tri-City area?
Tri-Cities, oh my gosh. That is east, correct? Richland, I believe that we do. I'd have to look into who to contact for that program, but I could provide a number and always give it to Gail. Okay, yeah, I will look for you, certainly. Anyone else? Any other burning questions? No. Okay, thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sadie, for being with us. Question, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you live around here?
No.
Okay, then you don't get this.
Oh.
But you do.
We were talking about that.
But you do get this.
All right.
This is the Longview Pioneer Lions root beer mug. Yeah, that's it, root beer mug. For you to remember us by and remember your visit with us today. Thank you for sharing with us. It was wonderful. Thanks a lot. Okay. This is a membership app, and they work better when people live closer to us. I wish you did too. Okay. All right. But thank you, Sadie, for coming to visit with us today and sharing your organization. All right. It's time for our regular old announcements, plain old vanilla announcements. Remember, there's a board meeting Thursday morning, board, 8 o'clock at Cascade Title this week. Be there, board members, please attend. And members, other members, anybody else can come if they're open. Come if you want to see what's going on over there. Kettle corn sales started already. So Bob, how did that first soft opening go? You want to tell us about it a little bit?
We did fairly well, actually, considering the weather and.
Yeah, it was raining most of the day.
Oh, yeah, we did good.
You did $900, didn't you?
Good, pretty good for a soft opening and no fluffy stuff, whatever. Yeah. We didn't do cotton candy, but Lloyd didn't feel like doing it. Okay. All right, Steve, you want to remind us about Roaring for Reading or anything else?
We have Roaring for Reading next Thursday, April 18th. And thank you, Lions, we have a full slate of volunteers.
Wonderful, excellent. We're back in business up at the school.
Looking forward to it.
And backing up the truck just slightly, there also will be kettle corn this Friday at Safeway, and Jay's going to be manning the crew, as Bob has already shared with us.
Bob will be standing in the corner.
Bob will be standing in the corner. I doubt he'll be standing anywhere, maybe. Okay. Pioneers, I want to remind you that we will have a come and go social on April 19th. That's just before the start, or about the time things start getting revved up for our district end convention. 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Scythe Brewery, which is down on 3rd. For those Lions who have not signed on for dinner that evening, or if you want to just come and drop in and say hello and then head quick like a bunny back over to the event center to get ready for fun night. That would be on the 19th, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Drop in, come early. If you want something to eat, the happy hour menu's good until 5. So, okay. Ann, tell us about the visitation.
Visit Cheryl Lowing. Yes, we do have visitation set for April 22nd, so that's a Monday at 6. So it's going to be at Kalama. Dinner is $14. So for new Lions, if you know a new Lion, I've sent out some texts to people that I know of, but if you know a new Lion in visitation, this is a close book. And they're a pretty fun group, so hope to see you there on the 22nd at 6.
Monday evening, the 22nd, at, I think they meet at 6, is that what you said? 6 p.m., $14 for dinner. Marilyn, I think you have something for us on boys and girls?
All the Boys and Girls Committee will be meeting over here in that area after, just 5 to 10 minutes at the most. And then I do have another thing I want to mention, the trifold that's sitting over there that represents our volunteer that we did with the Lower Columbia School Gardens, having to do with our 100th celebration. So the photos are really fun, and not only did Pioneer Lions volunteer, but Mark and Debbie were there, our district governor, Lisa, she's in there, and also our international president. This trifold will be on display at convention, and I also have the honor of being involved with the service project presentation by Jan Weatherly. She asked me if I'd like to talk about it for a few minutes during her time, so I'm excited. You're going to see that at the convention. Sign-ups for the convention are still there. Food is, the deadline's passed, but if you wanted to just go as just a registrar, there's a lot you can do without having the meals. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Marilyn. And Leroy, you have something on our roster.
So the roster should be going around somewhere out there, wherever it's at. I just need to update it, and so
Ann's got it.
make sure that you've seen it. if you need to change your email address or your telephone number or even your physical address, make sure you get it on there. And it's going to go around for a couple of weeks, but just want to make sure. And there's quite a few people who don't have their email addresses, or I don't have it, so make sure you get it on there. So that's really helpful.
That could be one reason they're not getting some of their messages from you. Okay, great. Greg Firth, I think Greg has something he wants to share with us. Here, Greg.
I'll come up there.
Okay.
I'm always here.
Come up here.
You made me walk
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, I've got a couple announcements here. First one, there we go. Tomorrow evening, our Sight and Hearing Foundation meeting is at 6:30 over at Canterbury Park. I know Jay's going, and somebody else told me they're going today too. And of course, Jane will be there. Pins for the convention. Anybody that wants pins, trade or whatever, there's a bag of pins over there. Take what you want out of them. The anniversary pins are $2 a piece, but the others, there's no charge on them. And let's see, I think that kind of covers all this. I do have one other thing. Well, I got two other things. Number one, Cindy, Mark Kelch, and Mike Parker would like a call about going to lunch tomorrow with Larry Moore. Anybody else wanted to join us? Okay, now the big one. Pat Palmer.
The big one.
Would you come up here, please?
All right.
Special awards.
He lost his tail. He doesn't have
Next week I'll do it.
What if I say no?
What?
Pat, you know, you're a little conscientious about, you know, what you had done and whatnot.
Yeah.
And to help you out, I picked something up for you.
Is it a larger finger?
Well played. Well played.
I was hoping it wasn't a big red one.
You're done, yeah. Yeah. You're gonna want to double check and make sure it's scrambled.
Boy, I gotta tell you, I can't wait for the pictures you guys get when I do the boob job.
All right. Where'd my, oh, here it is. Okay. All right. And anybody else have anything, announcements they want to share with the club? Okay. So I think it's time we're going to draw for our two registrations for the conference. And I think I'll ask Secretary Leroy, would you draw the two names, please?
Well, is there any in there? Okay. There's one here. Okay. So we have Carol Scott, and Shannon.
Carol and Shannon will be able to go to the convention and have all that lovely food and hear those wonderful sessions that we have and learn all kinds of things. And it's the very first district and convention. Glad you can go. Okay. Other ticket drawings. Let's do those. Blue ticket, 50/50, Joker ticket. And the number is 933-830.
No, I need to know.
830. Oh, Gail's got got it, okay.
Hey Gail, you said you're donating that to my cruise fund, right? If you
No,
her cruise fund.
And here come the cards.
Come on, baby. Don't trip over that cord.
That one? Yeah. It jumps up.
Don't have to worry about Katie tripping over.
Okay, pick a winner. And she picked
Four of spades.
the 4 of spades. Not quite close enough. Thank you, Gail. So the pot's gonna grow, keeps going. Now, the red ticket. This is the donation ticket, and the number is 759.
Yeah, that's better.
I need to get my glasses checked. 759052. Jay's got it, 759052. So Jay, where would you like the money in that fund to go today? To the diabetes fund. Very good. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jay. Good job. So, desserts. Are there some today? Okay.
President Cheryl, first pick goes to George Rader.
Oh, George Rader.
And whatever's left over goes to Larry Hanson.
And Larry Hanson. There he is. Not sitting at his usual table. I couldn't find him. Okay. Congratulations, guys. Sweets for the sweets. Okay, a quote. Here's a couple of quotes. Once you face your fear, nothing is ever as hard as you think, said the late singer and actress Olivia Newton-John. And its companion, from children's author A.A. Milne, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Lions, have a great week.